Today, I want to talk about what Moe Norman did, and a question I get asked almost every single day is, why did Moe place the club this far behind the ball when he started?
I know it's just something I did when I was a kid. I got up one day and started putting it there, and now I feel I could not hit the ball if I put it here. Plus, it eliminates a lot of things for me.
What are those things that it eliminates?
First thing, I can't pick the club up. Second thing is I can't take it outside. And the third thing is my right shoulder is already in my turn. Look, now look, look. And I'm eliminating 1 foot of the swing. And it helps to give me a lot of lateral motion, a lot of lead and lag, which I do so well.
What's that lead and lag?
Welcome to the channel today. I think it's the most common question I get asked, because people see Moe Norman, the greatest ball striker that's ever played, hitting golf balls, and he had the club placed behind the ball. Sometimes it was this far with an iron, this far with a wood. And I get this question all the time. Matter of fact, I had that question for Moe when I practiced with him. Moe, why don't you set the club behind the ball? There is a reason, a physical reason, that makes the golf swing easier when you place the club a distance behind the ball. First thing I want you to understand, address rotation is not the same thing as impact rotation. See, this is where I think people get confused. They think address and impact should be the same. They're really not the same. Now, tilts of the body can be similar. Certain things, foot position can be similar, but there's a rotational difference between address and impact. So what Moe figured out was that we all need in a golf swing was we must have the hands leading. The hands must lead into the golf shot. How many of you, don't take a divot? And people ask me that all the time too, why don't I take a divot? Because in order to hit this ball really well, is you'll notice at address that I want the hands to lead. Notice the hands are in front of the club. And the hands come down, and that allows the club head to deliver in a downward angle to the golf ball. Notice how the hands are leading, and then when my wrists release, I create a downward angle, and that compresses the ball. It looks like this. So they set up, and notice at address how I already have this angle at address. And this is what Moe figured out. He said, well, if I place the club behind the ball, it always has the hands in front of the club head. Don't worry about the ball. The hands need to be in front of the club head, and that helps me get this proper angle. That's the first thing. It leads the hands. But what Moe also said about it was something really interesting. It puts him into his turn, because watch what happens. And I see this, I don't even recommend this, but I see this all the time with the average golfers out there. They just set up and they put the club out here behind the ball. The hands are kind of back and the shoulder's high. And now what happens is the club head and the hands aren't matched up. And the hands are actually behind the club head. And what happens is now they got to manipulate somehow and get the hands to lead again. And you got all this shaft movement, and you got this body movement and this tilt. You have way too much movement, and to do what? The goal is to get to impact. This is what I tell you all the time. We have to figure out what Moe figured out. What's the easiest way to get the club from address to impact? That's all that matters. And what Moe discovered is this. When he set the club back, it put the shoulder into its turn. Now, watch the shoulder. It can go up and down. See, he eliminated rotation. It's an up and down movement. So now, the only thing that really rotates is the torso. So he's moving up and down, and this shoulder no longer has to rotate going back. And this arm doesn't have to rotate going back. Everything Moe did when you watch him swing a golf club was to reduce movement and make impact easier. So when you see him hit an iron, it looks like this. You'll see the ball position's in the same spot, but the club will be a few inches beyond the ball. Look at my right shoulder. It literally allows me, look at my hands, they're in front. It allows my arms to go up and down. And now since I have more rotation and impact, I strike the ball. See, I start here, I impact here, more rotation. That's why you don't have to worry about hitting the ball. You just have to work the hands forward. And watch this. So the club starts back, watch the right shoulder up and down. Because I have the proper rotation, I strike the ball perfectly. You can see the divot. Now let's do it with the driver. And this is where most people see it. Most people see it in the driver because there'll be a lot of space. What's interesting though, is the club head position is still, relative to my head, the same position. So When I set up with a driver now, the club head is beneath my head, but notice the club is now further behind the golf ball. Same exact thing. Look at my shoulders into the turn, and it eliminates the rotation of the backswing. Look at this. It goes straight back right where I want it onto plane. If I had my hands behind the club head, the club's going outside, the shoulder's out. It eliminates, Moe eliminated as much movement as he could to simplify getting to the ball at impact. So it looks like this now with the driver. The club sits back, look at my right shoulder back on the plane. It'll go up and straight back down. The absolute easiest way to strike that ball with the hands leading. Watch this. Now, perfectly leads the hands back in impact. Moe simplified everything, putting his body into the tilt, putting the shoulder back into the turn, making the backswing easy, and the hands can lead into impact, simplifying the golf swing. Hope that helps you understand why Moe has the club set behind the golf ball.